Hey Terrarians, how's it going? My name is Pixelated Fireball, and welcome back to the Split Mod. And yes, a fine welcome back indeed it is it not? It has been quite a while since my last video, I suppose. It feels like it's been a week. That lovely upload schedule, the consistency, consistently inconsistent. It's definitely a hallmark of the Pixelated Fireball experience. But anyway, we're back. We're ready to get back into the action of the Split Mod and take down some more new content, because the next thing on the list is Skeletron and the dungeon. In the last video, it was kind of a little bit of a jumbled mess. Hopefully this one is a little bit more structured. Kinda, sorta, I'm hoping. I did a lot of things off camera. As you can tell, I've got a lot of things different about myself. I refought Menace a few times, and it's a little bit interesting, the way that you summon her back in. And it's not as simple as just crafting a summon or coming across her again, because some things changed after I defeated her. And we're going to talk about that in a little while. The first thing that I want to go over is all of the things that I have now. The first most interesting thing, of course, is the Menace Mask. Which, I mean, just let's look at this little fella here. Look at my face. That's an angry boy right there. Very angry cloud. I love it. It looks so ridiculous. It's goofy. I've always wanted to wear an angry Nimbus on my face, and now I can thanks to the Split Mod. So you know what? If you want to have a very upset cloud on your head at all times, play the Split Mod. It's my endorsement. You're welcome. But anyway, with that aside, got a couple of new weapons from Menace. Only a few. We got the Stella, which is just a yo-yo. I don't remember whether or not I got this from the first kill, because, you know, like I said, it's been a little while. We're not going to talk about that. But some other things that I got that are actually kind of interesting is the Hail Bow, which has a chance to shoot an arrow that explodes with icicles. Let's see if I can get it to do it. There we go. You get some of those every once in a while. It doesn't matter what kind of arrow type you have. It just changes it to one of those. I haven't tested it on any mobs yet or any bosses, but it seems kind of interesting. And the next thing I got is the Astral Mayhem, which is kind of like a Crystal Storm, in a way. Just kind of shoots out these very bouncy, glowing star things. The low price of 19 mana each cast, so it's a pretty mana-hungry thing. I'm assuming that they might penetrate or something like that to make them justify having such a high mana cost. But, you know, there we go. That's pretty much all the stuff that I got. Oh, and of course there is this menacing vibe, which I'm about 100% sure is a JoJo's reference. So those of you that are fans of JoJo's, which I feel like is a lot of you, because I get a lot of comments every time there's a mod that has a reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. There's so many people that are like, oh my god, it's so cool! You're gonna see the cool thing! And I'm like, I've never seen that in my life. I've watched maybe an episode, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm glad you guys get it, though. That's the important thing. You all get it, and that's what we're all about here. Bringing the laughs and the happy smiles to the happy customers? Would it be a customer? Is that what I could call my subscribers? Can I call you guys customers? I think I'm gonna stick with that. That's kind of funny. I like that. But anyway, let's deposit all this stuff and get into the meat and taters of the video today. So some things that I would like to show you. Before we do that, I'm gonna speak to Ganoshi right here, because there's something that I need to exchange with him, and that is the Skull Heart, which is something I have been forgetting to do for a very, very long time. To get this item right here, the Sage's Head, which will allow me to make the Mask of Evil, which is a pretty nice summon accessory. Might be a nice replacement for my Obsidian Horseshoe. And, you know, it'll be a great time seeing me fall to my death and die because I forget that I don't have it on anymore. You know, I would never do something like that. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. You know, Spirit has some unhealthy obsession with skulls. I don't get it, she just carries them around everywhere. Not the only weird treat of her, but, well, I don't want to bore you with the details, at least for now. But I can exchange this skull for an accessory that gives a great bonus for summoners. That it definitely does. So there we go, got the Sage's Head, increases max minions, and slightly increases damage for each summon minion. So now I can put this in here, and I should be able to combine it to make the Mask of Evil. There we go, I got lucky. I have a chance to inflict confusion on enemies. The less health you have, the harder your minions will fight for you. Slightly increases your damage for each summon minion, increases max number of minions. Definitely something to have. Hopefully I get an upgrade for the Supernatural Staff, because I tried the Hornet Staff, and it's just really not that great. Nothing about the bee anything is really all that interesting. I did fight Queen Bee a couple more times to get everything because I noticed something that's very interesting. Where is it? These honeycombs are used for a lot of things. And a lot of things that are used for other things that make even more things. So I grabbed myself a good handful of them. Definitely needed to grab those. Anyway, now I can show you the main thing that I have done pretty much for the last couple of days. A lot of hard work. A lot of building. Finally getting some NPCs moved up into the sky. We're welcoming some more Sky Islands. 2 of them, believe it or not. 2 excellent structures. One of which I'm very happy with, and the other one I'm just kind of with. But let's take a look and see what they're all about. So the first one we're going to go take a look at is the Dryad and the Witch Doctors over here. It is a lovely giant tree, you know, very unique, very, definitely not something that anybody has ever built before. I kind of wanted it to look like a giant, like, regular old Terraria tree. So I just got some shrubs over here. We got some, potatoes. I almost called them potatoes. Got some potatoes growing in the ground over here, some pumpkins. Because, you know, I guess that's something the Dryad's into. Go up the steps, I'll zoom in for you so you can get a nice HD view of this here. I'm actually relatively happy with this one. It turned out kind of well. I like the structure of it. I tried to give it as much detail as I could, but whenever your only colors are green and brown, can't really be picky, I suppose. But here's the Dryad. She's got her dirt rod framed right here, and she's got some purification powder, which is what this is supposed to be right here. Just thrown up on a shelf in case she needs to purify anything. And then over here, who's decided to move in with her, because I guess apparently these count as 2 houses for some reason, is Menace. With, Menace is actually a floating spirit ghost thing who is just as unhappy as the cloud that she rides on. And, you know, I'm just glad that I'm not the only one that has one of these things floating around me everywhere that I go. What, do you people not have one? Is it not a good thing to have one of these? Anyway, this is how you refight her. How you refight Menace. At nighttime, you gotta come talk to this little thing right here. She will not stand still. It'd be great if while I talk to this thing, she would stand still, but anyway. You talk to this. Right now, it doesn't say anything because it's daytime. But whenever night falls, she goes to sleep. And he gets really happy, or she gets really happy. I'm not exactly sure about the gender of the floating spirit soul thing. You talk to her right here, and then you can fight her again. Lumina, is actually known as the astrologist. Stars say you have a great future ahead of you, but I wouldn't flatter you like that. And she sells a wide variety of things. These little, accessories, I suppose. Increase critical strike chance by 6 during full moon. By 6 during new moon, you get a star hat. Put their, I guess her little hat that she wears on, or whatever it's supposed to be. It looks kind of neat, but I like the angry cloud head thing better. And you get a painting you can throw up. It's very large. I don't really have anywhere to put this. Maybe I could put it down here or something, cover the windows with it, whatever. There we go. That doesn't clash at all whatsoever. But yes, these are definitely something that I would want, because I think I can make them into the Nightosphere. That's right. Once I get the Moon Gauntlet from wherever this is from, I can make this the Nightosphere, which I'm pretty sure is an Adventure Time reference, even though the name is the only thing that kind of gives me flashbacks to that lovely cartoon. But that's the upstairs. Then you go downstairs and you go inside this lovely cavern down here and you talk to the witch doctor, Zop-Ah. And he, of course, sells the Avengers mask and all the standard stuff. But this is the caverns down below. Put some more swings down here. There's some tunnels here and there, little waterfalls, some fireflies in a jar. And then there's this little pond down here at the bottom with some strange plants, some flowers, a little rich mahogany tree that I built up down here. Tried to make it a jungle, but then I realized how bad of an idea it would be to make a house that my NPCs are living in a jungle with increased spawn rates up in the sky. I just imagined getting spammed by harpies and wyverns, and that just kind of really put me off of the whole experience. I just really wasn't a fan of that. We can come back over here. We can drop this stuff off in the inventory and take a trip over to the left. You can see what else I've been working on. This is gonna be the video, by the way. I swear to God, it's gonna be 20 minutes of me showing you the things that I have built. I suppose that's fine, whatever. It's what you come for here, right? I'm gonna kill stuff eventually. I'll get to it. But over here, we have a well, which is something that I could craft. I discovered I could craft. It's called a good well. Make it out of an empty bucket, some red bricks, and some gray bricks. You can also make a cool well out of some ice bricks and some snow bricks. But I just threw it over here because, you know what, I thought it looked kind of neat. I don't exactly know where they'd be pulling up water from, considering how there's, well, void down below, but whatever. We don't worry about physics here. But this is the home of the Goblin Tinkerer and the Demolitionist down there. So we're going to zoom in and take a look at all this. So we've got a nice little cozy hut over here. I was originally going to make some kind of a red brick workshop type thing, and it was going to look totally different, but then I just gave up on the whole idea because I just think red bricks are just really ugly. I mean, I couldn't make them work. So I just did this nice little abode. Hello there, Arback. Nice to see you. The librarian has decided to move in upstairs to his workshop. Doesn't sell anything different. Pretty much the same old, same old. Then we can go down here into a mine shaft. Ride our little mine cart down here. I knew these would come in handy eventually. Then we go down into his little abode. Go up these steps right here, and you got a nice little cozy area for the Demolitionist. He's got his workstation and all his tools. Little bar over here for him. Some stacks of bars just sitting up. And of course, the piece de resistance. The piece of dynamite next to the candle on top of the fireplace. Because of course, who else but the Demolitionist, right? Felt like that worked out pretty well for him. This one is the one that I'm not super happy with. I'm not, like, totally thrilled with how it turned out, probably because I originally had a completely different idea for how I wanted to set it up. But you know what? I think it doesn't look too bad. It's not exactly how I would have wanted it, but you know what? It worked out, I suppose, in the end. It's a nice little skybox for my NPCs to move into. And I still have a ways to go. There are a lot of NPCs that still need happy homes. And, you know, I gotta murder the nurse a million times until I can finally get Helen back. But you know what, whatever, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. There we go, that's literally all of the things that I've done off camera. I have spent so many hours. I'm literally up to, I think, about 40 hours played on this character right now. Putting all this stuff together and mining all the resources, which has really left a lot of very wide open spaces down here in the underground. Just collecting dirt. It is an essential resource for me right now. I've gotta get dirt. I think I still have a ridiculous amount of it, I believe. Yeah, I still got over about like 1,600 pieces of dirt right now, and I'm not even done yet. Oh my god, I think I have given myself an impossible task of trying to put together a bunch of sky bases for these NPCs. It's a lot of building, a lot more creativity than I would have normally been used to in any other Let's Play ever. I try a lot harder to make nice things for you all. So anyway, with all that said, it's time to head over to the dungeon because, as I mentioned before, the next thing on the list is Skeletron, or maybe I didn't mention that before, I can't really remember, to be honest with you. We're gonna ride our happy cloud. We've traded in the war sheep for the angry cloud. I don't even know why I called it a happy cloud. This is very clearly not a happy man, or a happy whatever. I love the way that it moves whenever it's on the ground. I don't know, it kind of shuffles pretty aggressively. Look at that, look at the way that it moves. It also rains on enemies, I love that as well. And he just kind of shuffles his way across whatever he's running across. So we're gonna shuffle our way over to the dungeon. And hopefully it is about nighttime by the time I get over there, because I'm just going to run in, man. I'm just going to jump right into it. Going to go in guns blazing, and we're just going to murder Skeletron, and we're going to get into the dungeon, and we're going to see what new things lie in store for me over there. I'm very excited. So, when I get there and I get my arena set up, I'm ready to fight him, I'll see you then. Alright, so it's just about nighttime. I've got myself a little bit of a basic arena setup here. This structure is kind of just awkward from the get-go. Just because of how it's built up here on a hill, and on top of the dungeon, instead of it just being the roof, is a gigantic crater from where it got a hole plowed through it by a meteorite. But it's a little bit awkward. I'm hoping that I have enough, like, space here to maneuver around a little bit. There's something that I forgot to mention. It's this thing right here that I think Ganoshi sells now. It is the Keystone. Increases your max number of sentries. It's a little station for summoners, which is really, really nice. So I can grab this right here, and I can have twice as many grabby mouths. It's amazing. I can have a whole bunch of little monster plants ready to eat all of my foes. I don't exactly know what they're growing from out of the platforms, but whatever, I'm not going to question it. So anyway, I think we're ready to face off against them. Hopefully things go really well. I don't imagine I'll have too much trouble. With all of the new stuff that the split mod gives me, I'm kind of mowing straight through everything, especially thanks to Walter. I'm surprised the thing hasn't gotten nerfed into the ground yet, but whatever. Alright, so, old man, are you ready to have your curse broken? Maybe next time. I'm just kidding, buddy. Let's get right into it. Bring it on, Skeletron! Alright, let us get my minions after the head so I can take down the arms. God, enormous amounts of damage. The arms are just kind of falling right down, especially when they get near those piranha plants over there. Don't knock me back into them. That is a great way to die really fast. Okay, not doing so bad so far. His arms are already almost down. I'm trying to take them both down at the same time. That would be preferable. But the way that they kind of, like, drag themselves across, like, everything, kind of mows right through them. Like, this attack right here, this is going to be Skeletron's downfall. It's really not going to be good for him. I should probably put the... what is it called? The Unfathomable Mixture on, because I can actually give myself a little bit more damage if I swap it out with a Voodoo Heart. Though, I mean, do I really need it, to be honest with you? I'm doing so much damage to him right now. I just gotta kill him, that's the main thing. He just has to die. Once he dies, everything will be fine. I'm very close to death, though. A few more seconds, and I can heal again. There we go. Alright, he's done for. Goodbye, Skeletron. Nice knowing you. There we go, took him right down. And there is the element of death. I believe Ganoshi mentioned that I could get from him, which can be used to make a wide array of things, it looks like. Some of it's hard mode. Looks like a lot of it hard mode. Fishbone. I can combine it with a chain knife. I've never seen one of those before, but that looks kind of interesting. Could shoot a skeleton fish at somebody. This stuff is hard mode, or is this hard mode? Yeah, it's hard mode. It's got a cutlass. That's hard mode. Rib racket. I could make one of those out of an enchanted racket. Well, I guess I'm just gonna run inside the dungeon. We'll go back and take a look at all that stuff after I'm back. Safe and sound. Let's open up the treasure bag. Musketron. So I got a new ranged weapon. I'm assuming it needs bullets, though. That looks like a pretty mean gun. Very fast speed. I'm assuming it's, maybe like a rapid-fire musket type thing? Hold left mouse button for a powerful shot. Either one of these used for anything? Nope, they just kind of exist. Okay. Alright, so I've got my spawn saved up here with the relay mirror, so I should be able to come back if I die. And I'm thinking that I could recharge it if I needed to. Alright, so let's descend down here, down past this gravestone, and we all know why this is here. We're deep down inside. Anything of note so far. I haven't seen any new enemies or anything yet, but I'm not quite deep enough in there to really be concerned about it. Do I need books for anything? I suppose I didn't really check that ever. Nope. Just used for making pianos and bookcases. As always, books are entirely worthless. Don't read, kids. It's bad for you. If anybody ever questions that, tell them the man on the internet told you so. And if I know anything about the internet is never wrong about anything. Lots of traps down here. I suppose that's to be expected. And there is the bewitching table. I'll definitely be taking that with me. Got that out of the way. Take all these water candles with me, because I'm for sure going to need those. I love the fact that my minions can inflict confusion now. That seems a little bit overpowered, because I can have so many of them out, and they really don't miss, and enemies are just constantly confused. There's the mechanic. Hello, Amy. Anything special for me? No, just the same old usual stuff. I'm glad that I can finally have access to her, because actuators are going to make some of my future a little bit more, like, technical builds a lot better, or a lot easier, a lot better to look at. There's the alchemy's table. I got that out of the way as well. Still no keys, though. What a shame. Hopefully I run across something new down here. I mean, they've got something new everywhere else, so I'm assuming that eventually I'm going to come across something new. Is that painting new? I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. Is this a split mod thing? No? Trio superheroes. I swear I've never seen this painting before. I can't really place it either. It doesn't look like it wants to, so it's gotta be new. Or maybe I was debuffed. Maybe that's what it was. There we go. I can actually place things now. I really don't know what that's a reference to. And I'm out of torches again. That's another staple pixelated fireball experience, I suppose. Running out of torches in a really inconvenient place. There's a dungeon slime. That's what we're looking for. We need that good key. Let me just brutally massacre him in front of his friends. Because, you know, that's pretty much what you do in Terraria. You murder things in front of their friends. And invade their home and steal their precious natural resources. Cobalt shield taken care of right away. Getting shot by a dart taken care of right away. Another dungeon slime. Another dart in the face. Now let's backtrack a little bit, see if I can find anything new in these chests. I really am surprised I haven't come across any new enemies or anything yet. I really figured that there would be something down here. There's the stellar bars down here now. That's kind of good, I suppose. Nice to know that I could have just got them from the dungeon and I wasted time suffering trying to make one in the first place. You know, a smart Terrarian would just break all of the spikes so that I don't keep falling into them and getting myself beat up by them. But you know what? Where's the adventure in that? I mean, I feel like that is just part of the journey. Is the intentional pain and suffering that is entirely unavoidable, and it's completely my fault that I let it happen to me. But you know what? We don't worry about those things. We just don't, we don't concern ourselves with those trivial things occupying our mental space. Oh, God, okay. Traps are going to be the death of me. I can avoid all the other stuff like nobody's business. But those traps, impossible to avoid. Right, there we go. We got a shadow key. It says Ganoshi could be interested in this. Okay. Well, it's good to know that I can give one of those to him. Now I just got to find a second one so I can actually sacrifice it. There's a handgun. A couple more stellar bars. Haven't quite got it all yet. I don't want to leave any stone unturned because you never know what might be waiting for you around every corner. It's usually death, but on occasion, very rare occasion, it's loot. And that's what we fight for, you know? That's what we live for. Hey, look over there, there's a new enemy over there. Finally one decided to show up, a Magneto. Okay, well let's take a trip over there. Hopefully he doesn't despawn until I get there. Let's throw my death plants after him. Oh, there's stone now! They made it of stone underground. That's pretty cool. My god, they really do a good job keeping enemies at bay. Put that in front of a doorway and nothing would ever get through it. Alright, let's head over there. Hopefully he's still floating around. Oh god, what's that? A fortress. Okay, now the new enemies are starting to show up finally. Oh god, okay, so it glows a little bit. What's it doing? Oh, wow. Okay. It dropped me. A Morgenstern. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that's another German name that I horribly butchered. Releases spike balls when damaged. I can make it into a molten stern with some hellstone and hemostone. Okay, great. Well, I'm finally starting to get some new things. It took them a little while to show up. I guess they were a little shy. Or maybe, really, it was all these other enemies down here were taking up their ability to spawn. Could be, I suppose. Ugh, what do I get rid of? My inventory is filled with so many valuable things. I suppose that other enemy over there is long gone. Oh yeah, that guy's disappeared into the void. Also, I must say, with this Danger Sense potion on, look at this little area up here. This is like the most inhospitable area ever. Look at that. I mean, you got exploding barrels, you've got dart traps, you've got boulders. I mean, is that really necessary? It seems like somebody really does not want anybody in this exact part of the underground. It just seems so excessive. Now, of course, as always, we're at the stage of the dungeon exploration wherein I find myself finally, in the possession of an enormous amount of golden keys. However, I completely and totally have forgotten where all of the locked chests are, and I'm just going to press forward and hope to God I find them. Because if not, then I'm going to do a lot of backtracking, and I'm really not feeling it. Magic Missile's a material for the Sky Fracture, which can be made into the Overtaker. So I'm definitely going to be taking that with me. More stellar bars. It seems like just about every single one of these locked chests has some stellar bars in them. Aqua Scepter is also a material for the Sprinkler Rod. Summons a sprinkler cloud sentry to attack nearby foes. So I just need a Nimbus Rod and an Element of Air, and I can make this thing. Seems kind of a plain sentry weapon, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. Still no Magneto again. Suppose I scared him off. I don't blame him. I would be terrified of me, too. Don't want to mess with the guy with a lot of swirling ghost buddies and rock plants. See, that guy right there, he messed with him, and he paid the ultimate price. He died a second time. Oh, there we go. Finally found myself a water bolt. Suppose I could pick that up and take a look and see if it actually makes anything interesting. It is a material, and it does. It makes a cold front, which is another hard mode thing. Have to combine with a frost core and a magic dagger and some elements of ice. Lots of stuff for later on. I like that. There's sort of a little bit of carryover, a little bit. There's like some progression in power. Like, hey, you get this cool thing now, but if you hold on to it, it could make something else really interesting later on. You know, something really powerful and cool that I could get right now that I could carry on to later? A cloud in a bottle. Yes, that's right. It's time for the obligatory time in every video since the, like I think the first one, where I make a comment about how the game has still refused to give me a cloud in a bottle. And I'm very salty about that. As I have mentioned many times before. And I'm really hoping that eventually I can just, you know, stumble across one. But for now, it seems hell-bent on refusing to allow me have any kind of joy. I like how I'm basing that, that's what I base my, you know, joy and my happiness around. Whether or not I'm a content individual is whether or not I own a cloud in a bottle. If I had one in real life, that'd be pretty neat. What item from Terraria would you most like to have in real life? And it can't be a weapon, because obviously everybody knows the answer to that. The copper short sword. That's too easy. Gotta be a little bit more complex than that. Hey, there it is. There's another one, finally. Magneto. What does it do? It dies. And it also gives me a bone ring. Kenoshi could be interested in this as well. Increases magic and minion damage by 12%, decreases any other damage by 50%. That actually sounds very nice. Could make these minions do even more damage, make them even more powerful. What does it make? I guess it doesn't really tell me. I'm gonna have to go speak to Kenoshi. Hopefully I can find another one and get a second one in case I don't want what it makes it into. But generally, I haven't really been disappointed by that. I've been pretty satisfied with what Kenoshi gives me. Let's drink my night vision potions. Yeah, let's just start chugging potions. That's what you do whenever you're exploring the dungeon, I swear. Does anybody else ever do that? Whenever you're running through the dungeon and you find something that you really want to pick up, like it's something you've been looking for, been hoping to find, and you just, you know, start chugging all your potions like crazy, trying to make space for it. Does anybody ever do that? Imagine if people did that in real life. That'd be kind of terrifying, wouldn't it? If you were out, like, looking for something, like, I don't know, maybe you're, like, collecting magic rocks or something like that. This is in real life. I frequently go out looking for magic rocks. I have been entirely unsuccessful. I'll let you know if I ever do find something. But, you know, you're out looking for magic rocks or something like that, and you're like, oh my god, my inventory is full. And you know what? The concept of that, I don't know why, that just makes me really laugh. The idea of just being out in life and your inventory is full in real life. Like, oh no, I can't put anything in my backpack, my inventory is full. Like, imagine if somebody asks you to carry something, sorry, my inventory is full, I don't have space for it. You're gonna have to, you know, I'm over encumbered. Never mind. I don't even care about what I was talking about before, that just made me laugh. It put a big smile on my face, just the idea of that being a thing that people say. This is what I talk about. This is what goes through my head whenever I'm running around in circles, killing the same skeletons and getting the same amount of nothing for like 30 minutes now. There we go, finally got another shadow key. Now I just have to do the same thing over again and find a place to put it. God, I'm about to put it in my trash right there. Hopefully I'm not stupid enough to just throw it away by mistake. Is there anything else down here that I need? I don't believe so. I really think that I've got just about everything that I could want from down here. I got all the items. Okay, well, I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna offload all this stuff. I did save a spot over there to teleport back if I need to. So let's deposit all this junk in there. Definitely want to get the alchemy table in. We'll save both of these. Put all the rest of this junk in there. I would like to test this musketron out. So I'm gonna be taking a stop by the arms dealer here soon. Put the alchemy table in there. Won't need the bottle anymore. Now I can make a whole bunch of potions. There's the rib racket. Oh, I forgot it was gonna do that. That is nice. Looks very powerful as well. It's a material, too. Make the Terror Racket. I can make the Anthem of War. Anything else interesting before I craft this? Any armor sets or anything like that? There's the Necro set. Same old, same old. I might actually swap to that because I'm using a lot of ranged weapons, but I like the summons, which is something I never thought I would say, but the summon weapons are kind of cool. No new potions or anything like that sticking out here. Okay, let's make the Anthem of War. And then we can speak to Ganoshi and see what he has to say about this lovely new stuff. Let's give him the Shadow Key first. A Shadow Key, huh? It's not like there's something important left to unlock with such thing. In this world, at least. I'd exchange it for some epic ring that can greatly increase your defense in critical situations. Just ask. Alright, blue Tearstone ring. Don't mind if I do. And the Bone Ring. Red Tearstone ring. I can't even really see what it does. I see you found the Bone Ring. Increases the magic stats and decreases everything else. Sounds kind of offensive. Yeesh. That should be illegal. Don't worry, I have something that will definitely come in handy. A red Tearstone ring will greatly increase your damage when your health is low. What do you think? I think I'll take it. Can I combine these together? I absolutely can. So why don't I do that? Get the best of both worlds there. Purple Tearstone ring increases damage and defense when health is low. Absolutely. Sounds like it could be very handy. I might put that on there for the Unfathomable Mixture, because that just sounds really handy altogether. Alright, let's take a look at some of these weapons. So there's the Rib Racket. Oh. Oh, I've got 2 balls now! I realize how ridiculous that sounds as well, but I got 2 balls! Spiky balls. I love that. That's awesome. I can have non-stop death volley. That is really nice. I like that. Ivory balls. And they pierce enemies. Very nice. So see the Anthem of War made out of the classic Song of the Siren. Oh, very nice. So it's basically like the same thing. It just attacks a lot faster and probably does a whole lot more damage. I love it. You guys saw anything different now that good old Skeletron has been defeated? Let's run across my little worlds here. See if any of the new NPCs saw anything special now. What if I told you that your whole adventure was just a dream and a figment of your wild imagination, and that your actions meant absolutely nothing? Of course, this is complete nonsense. You can't imagine how much I hate such a twist. Gross. Nope, nothing new from her. I kinda do want to go back there and get that bone ring from another Magneto, but it took such a long time for one to show up, I'm a little bit on the hesitant side. Alright, let's go down and visit the arms dealer and take a look-see what this Musketron does. Oh, there's something new. Turret Staff. 30 summon damage. That is a lot more than my Veinminer staff. Summons a turret sentry to fight for you. Put dispenser here. Is that a Team Fortress reference? Oh, yes it is. Wait, how many of these things can I have? Can I have as many as I can have minions? Or is this a sentry? Okay, this thing is a sentry, okay. Why does it, oh, it changes colors too. That's really cool. So I can only have the one. Let's try it with a keystone. Can I have 2 of them? I sure can. And I suppose with my summons out, it does even more damage. Brings it up all the way to 30. That's very nice. That's definitely something I'm going to be holding on to. Not exactly what I expected to get from the arms dealer, but anyway, very nice. All right, let's grab some musket balls. Let's grab a handful. See what this thing does. Musketron. Okay, hold left mouse button for a powerful shot. It makes a little noise. Ooh. Wow, that is nice. So if I just click it, it's kind of like a really inaccurate musket. I guess it is pretty accurate. No, it's not. I bet that does an enormous amount of damage at close range. It's not bad. Not bad. I don't know if I'll be using it, but it definitely looks really nice. Also, another thing that I totally forgot to do. I have to go and speak to this lady right here, Camilla, about the Colossus that I took a picture of. Anything else? There wasn't anything else in the dungeon, was there? I should probably go back and check and see. I got climbing claws from her. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I can't really craft anything else at the moment. I don't think so, anyway. I didn't see anything. So I think what I am going to do is go back to the dungeon, see if I can find some more of those special mobs and take some pictures of them, see if there's anything rare they might drop that I missed out on, and then we'll head back here. Anything interesting, of course, I will leave in the video. You all knew it was going to happen eventually. It was inevitable, unavoidable. We all knew it was coming. Alright, so I did discover that I was in fact actually able to take a picture of a fortress down there, and it actually let me complete a photo set. So I suppose that's a thing. And I'm imagining that Camilla here is going to give me some nice, juicy rewards for that. I wasn't able to take a picture of a Magneto. I did get right up in his face and try to take a picture of it. I was not able to get myself another bone ring, even though I killed a couple of them. But anyway, yes, about this photo set. Have something spicy? I can see it in your eyes. Oh, maybe. I don't know. There we go. Fortress. Standard envelope. And I've got a prime envelope. Interesting. I like that picture as well. That's really nice. Okay, let's open up the standard one first. Another wand of sparking. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And now for the prime one. There we go. We got the Pact. Draws a pentagram under your feet. Oh, that is really cool. I like that very much. And I also kind of feel like that might be a Binding of Isaac reference. Not 100% sure, but that is really cool. Definitely going to be putting that on there. Look at me. What a character I am right now. That is just silly. Aside from that, I really didn't find anything else interesting down there. Just the same old stuff. I don't know if I've completely overlooked something that might be, like, incredibly valuable or really nice to have, but if I did, I'm sure you'll all let me know about it eventually. But with that being said, I do believe that this episode has been going on for long enough. I don't really feel like I accomplished a whole lot this time. I feel like it was done and over with relatively quickly. I didn't really come across very much mod content, but there was still some there. Every little area has a little something thrown in there from the mod. But like I said, I do believe this video has been going on for long enough. So, thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking me out. I really appreciate it. And as always, whatever it is, wherever you are, day or night, hope you have a good one of those. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.